My parents often avoid talking about their past, but hidden in their unspoken stories is the truth behind my identity. Who am I? Why is it I'm Kenyan but speak the Somali language? Why is it when I say I am Kenyan, people ask whether I speak Swahili? Why is it my family recognizes themselves as the Somali Bantu? Who are these so called Somali Bantu? As I researched for myself, I found out why my parents never really bothered to share their story. It has been a dark road for them. The memories must have been too painful. At times, when my siblings and I misbehaved, my dad would share a bit of his story to get us to think about how good we have it here in America and to take advantage of our opportunities. From his stories, I remember him mentioning gunshots, screams, and he himself having to carry a gun for safety. He would mention walking for miles with little food when we would complain about walking to the grocery store. Honestly, I thought he was exaggerating just to scare us, but now I believe he had actually not told us enough. I remember him talking about traveling a lot, but little did I not know his travels weren't for fun but fleeing for his life. My mom never talked about her past, not even a tiny bit. I remember when we first came to America and we didn't have a car, she would walk almost anywhere, sometimes a place as far as 5 miles. I always joked about how much faster she walked than me. Little did I know she had walked so many miles for her life. At one time, my parents had a peaceful life in Somalia. They were farmers, which is where the Somali Bantu identity came from. It was 1991 when my parents' whole life turned upside down. The civil war broke out in Somalia, and the minority Somali Bantu became a target. Everything was taken away from my parents. The farm that they had worked so hard for was taken away. They were robbed and hurt. Knowing things were getting worse, my parents decided to leave. They walked thousands of miles and for days without much food. Some became ill, some died from starvation, and some were hurt or killed by wild animals. But my parents were survivors, and they made it to Kenya's refugee camp. There, they started all over again. My parents' bravery and decision to migrate from Somalia to Kenya's refugee camps and then to America had huge impact on me. I was overwhelmed with being surrounded by people other than my race, having so many resources, changing my lifestyle, and struggling to keep up with the American culture while maintaining mine. Their decisions had opened many doors for me, and knowing this is what drives me. Coming to America and my parents' expectations being very high is understandable. I don't blame them for not understanding the American culture or not understanding my decisions to pursue something unfamiliar and greater. I don't blame them for trying to keep our culture alive, even if it meant I had to make some sacrifices. I don't blame them for not knowing the English language after being in America for 13 years. I don't blame them for dragging me out of school just to translate for them and giving me a lot of paperwork to do on top of my own homework. One day, I want to be able to stand strong and proud and show them the great woman I have become, and that all of their sacrifices and struggles was worth it. Who am I? I am Kenyan, I am a refugee, and I am Somali Bantu.